And this is the second half of the Tilton Talk show recorded this week. This is also the last one of the series.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's a team down at St Andrews. We are all supporters.
Welcome back to the Tilton Talk show here on a Tuesday night instead of a normal Monday because of the bank holiday and Chris being away on his jolly days. Looks very brown.
And gorgeous.
I don't know, you've been working in a very dirty environment
and
today.
It's all over, you know. That thong came in useful.
Yeah. And on the line today, as always at this time, we have Mr. Capo. How you doing, your man?
Good evening. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. You've been chatting to Tom Ross a little bit.
I have been, yeah. I went on against. Who was it against now?
I heard
the mid.
Go on, sorry, go on.
The midweek game, and basically I talked about because I thought that we would have gone down, so I was talking about how depressing it was, how this shouldn't be happening to a club like Birmingham City.
I was just sat in the car around the corner actually from St Andrews when you came on the Tom Ross show after the Wigan game, and you sentimented everything that I was thinking. It was like I feel like I couldn't have written it myself. You know what I mean, and passed it on to you.
But no, he messaged me. Well, he rang me up day after, saying we want to interview you more after every game, speak about your thoughts. So I spoke to him against Bolton, and that was one of the funniest things I've ever done. I was just so overjoyed, and half the time I didn't even know what I was saying. I was just too happy to even care what I was saying. I think I mentioned the Villa in there somewhere, so I don't know where that led me to. So
I don't know where it is leading you to, killer.
In fact, most of the time you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But no, like I say, I heard the phone-in session that you had with Tom after the Wigan game. Unfortunately, I've not been in a position to listen to the one that you were on. Was it yesterday?
Well, I was on this morning.
Oh, this morning. That's
to
right.
On Free Radio, but talked about at the end of the season, and they told me some really good news, which I was really pleased about. They said what they were doing was next season they were going to get one supporter under the age of 15.
Yep.
From Blues, Villa, Baggies, Wolves. Every Friday and Monday to talk about their previews and then obviously the aftermatch. And they said that I will be the Birmingham City representative, so every Friday and Monday morning you'll be hearing my lovely voice on Free Radio Birmingham.
So that's also a scoop for sports radio as you do your football show here too.
I'm not sure that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, yeah. Free radio, are they paying us? Because we got rights to your voice, mate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'll have to get you incorporated in the contract then, won't I?
We got copyright on your voice, Capo. Didn't you know that?
Remember where you come from?
No,
we dragged you out that gutter.
Remember your roots, boy.
Yeah, we dragged you out that gutter.
But another thing, also remember the fact that all through this journey that we've all been on, and every time you've been on, we've always said that you're, if you keep it up at the level you do, then you will make it onto full-time radio.
No doubt, it's destined.
A little later in life.
Yeah, it's destined.
Well, hopefully. I mean, that's what I want to do when I'm older. But I've got two more pieces of news. One, which is quite exciting, and one, let's just put a downer on things, because that's what I like to do at the end of my calls, you know me?
Well, let's have the downer first.
Have the downer first.
Right, the downer is Thursday is the last Midlands football roundup.
Right, okay. Is that the downer?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
That's a bit harsh.
Why is that? Why is that?
Well, I think it's just that because of my new show, I want to really focus on that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean to say I won't just pick up the mic and do a special Midlands show if I feel it's necessary. I mean, it's not just the end. It's like I'm not going to do it every single week because I've literally got too much on at the moment. That's basically the whole reason.
You're just like a highly paid footballer deserting the sinking ship, aren't you?
I bet we won't even get a mention.
We won't even get a mention.
We won't get a mention.
Sports radio.
I'm pretty sure you will.
Sports who? Radio who?
Right. The good news is, on the 18th of May, I have been asked by Georgina Mosley and Tom Ross. So, on the 18th of May, for the Celebrity Football for Harry match, I'll be on the touchline with Tom Ross, interviewing the likes of Danny Dyer, Ruth Coppy, Michael Johnson, and all the celebrities who are playing in that football match. Obviously for a cause which I am close to as well, Help Harry Help Others. So it should be a really good day. Tickets are either £10 or £5, and you can find them on the Help Harry website, the Blues website, or go down to the ticket office. And it's £1 for kids as well, so it's going to be a good day out. What they do is they do a fun fair on the car park as well, the reception car park. So it's just a good fun day out for a great cause.
And the date again?
The 18th of May.
18th of May, that's a Sunday, I think, isn't
It
it?
is, yeah, that's...
Sunday, and the kick-off is at 2:30.
Oh, because we've also got the Sunday Cup, which is the biggest Sunday Cup.
And Sports Radio will be...
And Sports Radio are going to be there on
Okay,
that.
so...
Yeah, so it's a busy day. And it's my wife's birthday.
Really?
There you go. All in one. Busy.
Well, you could take it to the cup final and then down the Blues straight after, couldn't you? The day out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Finishes just in time. Yeah, what a fantastic day out for her. I think she'll really appreciate that.
Right, Capo. We'll release you to free radio under one condition.
Yes.
You get Tom Ross to come in one night with us here.
Yes.
All right? Because I want to talk
Good
about
deal.
Tom's unbridled passion for how he manages to report things. And I love him. I think he's absolutely brilliant. He's the best football radio presenter there is.
Bar none.
Full stop. Bar none.
Except for
Without
me.
a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. And he's a blue nose through and through. So we'll release you to free radio as long as you do that back for us.
I'm pretty sure I can sort something out for you.
In the new season, a Tilton Talk show, maybe the first one that we do pre-season, just before the season kicks in. Yeah?
Good, yeah.
Obviously, because he won't be so busy then. It'll be on a Monday night. And that's down to you now to get Tom organised.
I'm telling we have nuts.
Yeah,
we have
nuts, we've got
crisps,
fig rolls.
Fig rolls.
Fig rolls, non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah, all up. Yeah.
And
We have a ukulele.
a ukulele. There we are.
We've got the lot.
Listen, Capo, good luck with your new venture, my dear friend. You know how much we respect you and everything here. And again, hopefully we'll see you down the Blues next season. You're going to get too big soon for a clout around the ear, though, ain't you?
It's getting big, isn't it? It's changed from a little kid to a big
I know,
moody
I know,
teenager
I know.
now, isn't it? Oh dear, oh
In
dear,
no time
oh
at
dear.
all. No, but have fun with it, mate. That's the main thing, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
Have
thank you.
fun. No matter what you do, dude, you have fun with it, all right?
Cheers, buddy.
I'll try my best.
Nice
Thank
one,
you.
Capo, and keep
Bye.
up the good work, sunshine.
See ya.
Okay, thank
Ta-ra,
you.
mate. Ta-ra.
Bye.
So there you are. That's our little Capo. He's been with us. Well, he's been with us all through
From
the
the
journey.
beginning,
All
yeah.
through the journey.
Yeah,
And
beginning.
he was one of our first 4 listeners as well.
Yeah,
So,
it's
it's
and
nice
good luck
to
to
see-
him. I
good luck to him,
hope he does well. I hope he does well.
Yeah,
I hope he
but
does well.
I know he'll get Tom round. He'll get Uncle Tom. Uncle Tom will come and sit in here one night and do a show.
Oh
with
yeah,
us.
yeah, it'd be great.
Okay, back to things football. The football season has now officially finished as far as the championship is concerned. Well, as far as we're concerned, it's finished. That's it, isn't it, really? It's finished. You know,
Well, I'll probably watch the
the football
playoffs.
season is finished.
I'm quite looking forward to watching the playoffs though, because there's
Yeah.
I can't
actually,
watch any
genuinely.
other team on that. No.
I don't like
Right.
watching the teams, but I
Well-
do like. I like the playoffs. I like the system of the playoffs. But I'm only too pleased. I think this year they don't do the same system at the bottom. So,
how do you mean?
well, like,
Yeah.
Oh right, I see. Yeah.
Can you imagine a playoff relegation place?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I've
goodness
never
me.
done that.
No,
No.
not ever. And so, yeah, back to things football. So we've got a summer of football to look forward to. 36 days, 4 hours, 42 minutes for the World Cups to
Yeah.
start.
I'm not looking forward to that really.
37 days till we go, oh, well, that's it, that's all over. And I wonder what the excuse is going to be this time. We've had the wags, we've had, we've had Rooney screaming and shouting into the cameras, and wonder what the excuse will be this time, because I genuinely don't think we're going to do very well, because we've still got some of those players that are left over from previous World Cups who I don't think personally should be going.
I think normally when you see England at a World Cup, there's really high expectations where it's like, we're going to do it, this is going to be our year. But that's not the case this time round. So I think there's a sense of negativity around a lot of English football fans, just thinking, a lot of people don't really care that much about England. I think I'm looking forward to the World Cup as a spectacle, but I can't say that I feel that passionate about England.
I just for me, I had a debate on Twitter the other day with a guy who was Sepp Blatter was just saying around saying, as far as security goes, it's down to Brazil. You couldn't stage as a professional body. Like not a carnival, what do you call them?
A competition.
Not any kind of football competition or any kind of outdoor event, a festival or something like that, without incorporating security into it. Now, for Sepp Blatter, who I think is not got a lot of respect in football terms in this country anyway, to just turn around and say, well, it's down to Brazil to sort security out, I think is completely and utterly wrong. It's like it was almost the comment was almost to say we pretty much fear that something quite nasty might happen at this World Cup final, and we wash our hands with it because we're a football authority and we're having nothing to do with it. Down to your security people to sort it out.
Yeah, I mean, I think I do agree with you that I think the governing body should take more responsibility, but I think they're just more obsessed with money, to be quite honest. I mean, one thing that sort of stands out for me is when Greece hosted the Olympics in 2004, and they spent so much money towards investing in stadiums and transport links and all this type of thing, and they didn't make enough of a return in that, and so they're sort of struggling financially later and that type of thing. So I think that just gives you an indication of the costs that are involved, partly in terms of security. And I think governing bodies should take more responsibility.
Yeah, they can't just wash their hands with it, surely, can they? I mean, that's just not right. Like I say, you wouldn't expect, let's say, the organisers of Download Festival up at Donington to just turn around and say, well, we're going to do this we're going to bring in, I don't know, 100,000 metalheads and rockers. But you're the police, you just sort it out yourselves. We're not really bothered, it's not our problem. Yeah?
Yeah.
The guy's deluded. Anyway, back to things Birmingham City, because even myself, right now, years previous, I have absolutely been wound up about the World Cup finals, yeah? And the England flags that have been out, well, not quite yet, but, they'd have been on the ready, they'd have been ironed, and this, that, and the other. I can't get passionate about it. I can't. I don't know why it is this time round that I just can't seem to get myself into it.
No, well, I mean, as I say, I think you're in a popular group, really. I think a lot of people that I've spoken to about the World Cup don't feel that passionate about it. I mean, for me, I just look forward to watching different teams play and, having a bit of a football fest and, watching a few underdog sort of giant killings and that sort of thing. I always enjoy that side of it. I've never really been that emotionally invested in England.
I think also the thing where the games aren't going to be kicking off till sort of like 11 and 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
We're not used to watching football at that time, are we, really?
I know, I think it's quite exciting.
Games. Do you think so? No. I don't know.
You can stay up late, have some...
And it's also the fact that I'll be working anyway, so I'll probably be missing the games anyway, as it is. So
you can take them.
Oh, it's not the same, is it? No.
You might be able to capture highlights or something, so...
Okay. World Cup. Don't know.
Cool. Can I say something eerie about the World Cup?
You could say anything eerie about the World Cup.
We've got this big poster up in the studio.
It's a Brazil World Cup venues poster out of the newspaper.
A couple of weeks, just before I went out on holiday, I was editing a programme for the Moors, and it was the "You'll Never Walk Alone" anniversary. So I came in here. It was quite late at night. And I wanted to put "You'll Never Walk Alone" at the beginning of the show, right? So I'm putting it in, and it starts to play, and it's really, it's late at night. It's really, really quiet, and you know how moving that song is. The poster fell off the wall
at the right time.
Exactly that time. Scared the out of me.
A poster falls off the wall, and you get scared.
Why did it fall off then?
Probably because you blue tacked now.
It's not moved for the last 6 months. There you go.
Yeah, funny story. Okay, highlight of the year at Blues for you, sir.
Well, for me, it's got to be. I mean, the final day at Bolton's a big one, but I'd have to say the comeback against Stoke was
going to be mine.
fantastic.
You stole my
Yeah,
thunder.
yeah,
You
yeah,
steal
yeah.
my thunder, my boy.
I'm a thunder
That was a
stealer.
cracking game. A
That
really
was
good atmosphere.
Unbelievable. The way we came back against a Premier League club, twice, once from 2 goals down with 10 men. It was one of the best nights we've ever had at St Andrews in recent years, so I'd have to go with that.
Yeah, mine too. Chris, yours?
Stoke match, yeah, definitely.
And also one of my highlights this year was getting me press pass for the ladies' game.
Oh,
The
yeah,
UEFA
that's
Champions
right,
League
yeah.
ladies' game.
And that
I
was good
I
for
was
sports
10
radio as well.
I was 10 foot taller.
Yeah.
And then meeting
Sports
Chris
radio.
the following week down at
Yeah.
Moors was
Yeah.
it's
I'm
great,
just
great
talking-
to get out there and meet your
I was just
fellows.
saying to Doco, he was just saying like, what's going to happen, end of the season with shows and that like, and I've just been saying to him that we're going to have a few specials, and that'll be one of the specials. I'm going to put a little bit of montage of some of the commentary that you did, which is quite good.
And hopefully I should do a couple more for you as well.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Right. Blues captain Paul Robinson expressed his gratitude after picking up the 2 big awards of the night at PA14. The defender was not only voted player of the season by his fellow teammates, but by the supporters as well. Speaking after accepting the awards, Robinson said it has been tough, it's been very, very tough, but I am honoured and I am grateful for the group of lads who I've worked with this year, who appreciate not only what I do, but what they do as a group of lads. I can't thank them enough. I'm very grateful for the players around me. I'm very grateful for my wife and kids for their support, and I'm looking forward to next season, whatever may be. And those last 3 words concern me a little bit. Whatever may be. Because we don't know if we're going to be sitting here come August with new owners. We don't know if we're going to be sitting here come August with a new manager, a new squad. We don't know if we're going to be sitting here come August with the status quo, que sera, here we are, and we've scratched around and managed to get 3 players from non-league football.
Well, I think it was a reasonable thing to say, to be honest. I think there is quite a lot of...
No, just those 3 words just worry me a little bit at the end, coming from a guy like Robbo.
Yeah, but whatever may be, I think it's a reasonable thing to say, given that we are in uncertain times in the sense of ownership. I can understand why he said that, but I mean, in terms of the award, I think it's completely deserved. I think he's been the most consistent player.
Yes, without a doubt. I was a bit
across the
disappointed in his
course.
comments the other week towards some of the other players. Though, you keep that in the dressing room. That doesn't come out. You keep that in house, right?
Yeah.
A bit disappointed with Lee Clark for having him sat by him to allow him to say it as well. If you're going to berate anybody, you do it behind closed doors in football. It does not come out into the public domain. That's how I see that one.
Yeah, no, I would agree with you on that. But I think in terms of on the pitch displays, I think he's been by far our most consistent player.
And we haven't had many, have we?
No, I mean, I think in January, you'd maybe say that Randolph and Adiyami had done quite well up to that point, but they've not been quite as good in maybe the second half of the season. So I think you've got to give the award to Robbo.
Did Randolph win any awards at all?
Best goalkeeper.
Right. Best goalkeeper in the Blues. Yeah.
Must apologise to Eve up there in the very northern parts of Scotland for her technical difficulties. We just shut Scotland off for the night.
Yeah, I've got rid of a few icons.
Back on now.
Yeah. Because I didn't realise that many people used the tuning and the players at the top, so I've put them back on. So
Yeah, okay, so apologies to anybody who's tried to use the tuning app tonight for the live listen.
Should be back on now.
It is back on now. Just had a confirmation that it's working and Scotland can hear us once again.
Hello, Scotland!
Hello, Scotland.
Hello, the world.
Nil point. Hopefully this Scotland-England game's going to come off soon, because I could do with another fresh haggis from up the north. Wrapped up in a blue and white ribbon again, with all Scottish flags all over it. Incredible. Yeah, so Robert, I'd sentiment that. I'd say he has been one of our most consistent players. But the next part of the programme, shall we read it? Shall we start at the top? Over 25 players now out of contract. Zigic says he loves the club. He's taken £17 million in wages over the last 4 years. £17 million in wages over the last 4 years. That's just his wages. That's not any add-ons, bonuses, sponsorship deals that he's got personally, etc., etc. £17 million in 4 years from Birmingham City Football Club. Now, this is going to be the debate. Can you see him taking a huge pay cut to stay at St Andrews? He says he loves the club. He's obviously got a decent bank balance, so can you see him doing the decent thing and taking that huge cut or disappearing somewhere for more than we can offer? His contract runs out in June, but he's due another month's severance pay. So if he's going to go on the 1st of August when he's taken another month's money. £17 million. One person, one individual. Okay.
Then a couple of lower league
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You appreciate the goals that he's scored when the time's been needed. Birmingham City Football Club, £17 million. Should he take a massive wage cut and stay, or do you think he's just going to go? Now I'm off.
He'll go. We won't hear from Zigic again.
I think he will leave. I think.
He'll take all his money back to Serbia.
Apparently, he loves the club. Apparently, he loves the area. He's settled. This, that, and the other. Apparently. I don't know. I've not met the guy. I've not spoken to him. Right, but apparently, right now, if you've got £17 million in your bank account, or any part thereof, which is a decent amount, minus your living expenses and your very nice car and your very nice house, you can go anywhere you want, can't you?
Sure. Yeah.
For the rest of your life, and live a very comfortable life.
Yeah, and in Serbia, that's going to go even further.
Well, I think ultimately it's down to the individual, really. But I'd certainly like to see him stay. I think he's done well for us this season. I think when you've seen second half improvements against Doncaster and Blackpool, the away games, they've come when Zigic has come on at half time. I think that shows you what difference he's made for us this season when he's been playing. Will he stay? I'm not so sure. I think I'm inclined to think that he might leave. But
will he do a capo on us?
There's a couple of comments on that as well.
Okay, let's have some more, because it's a really interesting subject.
From Chris Pugh, Blues Ladies. Please do not end the show on a Zigic.
Not going to end the show on a Zigic.
He scored and created the goal in the cup final, and he kept us up. Without his goal, we would not have stayed up. Not his fault. We offered him that money.
Absolutely
should
agree.
Be thanked for everything.
17 million quid. That's all.
Yeah.
It's just an enormous amount of money to me as an individual. Yeah,
it is. But that's not Zigic's fault.
And Blue Hobber says, give Zigic freedom of the city if he plays for nothing. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. No.
Eve says cheeky buggers. She's going on about something else.
Yeah, right, okay. We'll leave that as it is. But no, go back to the Zigic debate. I'm not going to end the show on the Zigic debate,
no.
right? Because it's not the right thing to do. Equally, Saturday wasn't the right thing to debate the Lee Clark issues, yeah? But all I'm saying is the guy's earned 17 million off Blues over the last 4 years.
Yeah.
Do you think he will do what no other professional footballer has ever probably done and take a huge cut in wages to stay where he's supposed to be settled and where he loves?
Well, he'd be a hero, wouldn't he?
Forever.
He
will be up there amongst Trevor Francis, the Dugaris, he will be...
What, if you stayed for another year, he'd be as good as Trevor
Francis? No. His cult status.
Yeah.
His cult status.
No, but even his cult status, I don't think anyone who... I don't think Zigic could be considered in the same breath as Trevor Francis, personally.
I can see what you mean.
Not in playing abilities.
I know what you mean.
Right, but how... respect levels from supporters. That's the kind of thing that I'm talking about. Rather than playing a bit. Francis was a completely different player to Zigic. Completely, no comparison whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. In terms of
respect, would Ziggy get that? He would. He'd get mine without a doubt, right? Because I genuinely think footballers are paid stupid money anyway. But if he was to turn around and say, "No, I'm staying where I am. I've made a statement. I love this club."
think he'd certainly be liked by the fans if he did that, but I don't think
cult hero, an absolute cult hero. Even if it was just for one season, he'd be a cult hero. I absolutely assure you.
Okay.
Don't you think so?
Personally, I disagree. I think it depends what you consider cult hero and sort of legend. I think there are degrees. I think a lot of fans would like him if he did that, and I think he'd get a lot of respect. But I wouldn't have him in the same breadth as Trevor Francis, who, although I wasn't, it wasn't my time.
Now this is the thing, right? Because in years to come, the kids are going to remember this generation that's there now. Who are they going to remember in years to come?
I can remember Zigic, of course. Yeah. He's the man who scored the goal.
And thank him very much. My goodness me, don't get me wrong. Like, to come up with the goods when he's come up with them has been absolutely superb. But I think if he were just to turn around to football and say, yeah, actually, I do like it here and I'm staying, and boys, that's the kind of level of wages that I'm taking out of it for the next 12 months.
Okay, a few comments. I think Nikola Zigic will take a cut, 75% for his capo. I think he'll take a pay cut, says Shah City Blue. How very dare you, Nick? I'm not leaving. Would I do that to you?
Who's that?
Capo. Ducko, I like Ziggy. He's been a good servant to the club, and don't forget he has scored some very important goals for us. But I agree with that totally. He'll go now.
This is the side of football I don't like. You see, there's no loyalty.
I think Zigic. I mean, the other thing I'd point out is that at the end of the Bolton game, Zigic was sort of waving his arms to the Blues fans in a way that sort of suggested,
especially when he had that flag,
a goodbye.
Yeah.
I didn't see the flag bit actually.
He picked a flag up with his name on it and number 19 on his flag. To me, it looked like a resignation, right? But I'll throw the iron into the fire, and this is only me just throwing the iron into the fire. It's not me. This is not actually my opinion. His contract finished the end of June. Will he stay till the 1st of August to get that extra month's money, or will he go before that, or will he take the pay cut and stay and become the cult hero that he probably is at the moment at that level, in the level of football that we're playing at the moment? But then he would gain the respect of everybody if he was probably the first footballer to turn around and say, no, I like it, mate, I'm staying.
I think we've hit a nerve. Players have come. I've lost it now. Players have become legends at this club for less than what Zigic has done. Anyone would have taken that contract, says Ollie. Agreed, Ollie. It doesn't matter if we never see him again. He should have that cult status now, not in terms of quality, but for what he has given us.
I think he does have, to be honest with you. Yeah.
And he goes on to say, who else played such a huge part in winning BCFC a domestic trophy?
I mean, one comment I'd make is like
I'd say the goalkeeper for a start. I think he was incredible that day. It was
Ben Foster.
Ben Foster was absolutely out of this world that day. He played a worldie.
But I mean, I think a lot of footballers who score important goals for the club are considered cult heroes in the same way that the more consistent players aren't. Like, for me, I think Damien Johnson was very underrated. For me, I would consider him a legend of the club because he always gave 100%. Yeah, and he was with the club for 9 years. And I think he should be considered more of a legend than someone like Christophe Dugarry, who was good for 3 months, or it was amazing for 3 months. But and he did.
He did. See what I mean? It's those bits that you remember, though, isn't it? And it's like the Zigic goals will be remembered forever. Even the one that was knocked off the line, right, will be remembered forever. That moment, because if he hadn't have hit it and it got knocked off the line, it wouldn't have gone up in the air, come back down to Callis, he wouldn't have scored it. Yeah.
No.
It would have probably been justice for that goal to have gone in and been a Zigic goal, but as it was, it's as it is. And then he would have had that status without a doubt, because we've been waiting for him to pop a goal in for a long time, to be honest with you.
And the last couple on Zigic. He stopped signing autographs to wave the club coaches off after the game Saturday. How many players would do that?
I like that. That's grand. I do like that.
It's good, yeah.
Because I've seen coaches when pull up at Wembley and the likes of Rooney and the likes are all on the coaches, and they've all got headphones on, like just looking forward. And there's people outside paying them an enormous amount of money.
Yeah.
And you can't even just go on and put your thumb up or whatever. Rude people. Don't like rude people.
And I think this is the last one. In the final, yes, Zigic scored the winner versus the Villa in the quarter-final, destroyed West Ham in the semi-final, and played a massive role in the final.
And it also played a massive role, obviously, this weekend.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if I can just go back to the Rooney thing, in this case, I'd actually defend footballers who have headphones just because it's part of their job to stay focused for the game. And I think if it's part of their way of, getting themselves in the zone...
You were here on the Paul Tate interview the other week, weren't you? You were here when Tate was in the other week, weren't you?
Yeah.
When he was talking about the coach.
Remind me which bit that was.
When the coach was getting a few objects thrown at him down at Millwall, you remember? And the windows were being smashed in and the players were on the floor, but Tate was up there, I just think, I don't know, maybe it's no, it's not me. I just think they're rude. I just think footballers in general, when they get to a very top level, just think they're above society and above everything else that's going on around them.
Yeah.
I think I'd agree with you to some extent, but I think in terms of listening to headphones, I think that's just some players' way of staying focused for a big important game. Well, that's my opinion.
Never had headphones back in our day, did we? Because
We had Walkmans, didn't we?
never had headphones when on the FA Cup final when the bus was going around London. It would take a tour around and
You had one of those get-out blasters,
yeah.
Couldn't pick
I
up
bet you've still got
forever.
one. Yeah.
I
I bet you've still got one. So over 25 players out of contract. Now we haven't even got time to go through the list
No.
as to who they are. But where do you see us now then? There's two things. Assuming no new owners by the time the new season starts, because Saturday, as I said earlier, wasn't the day for debating if Lee Clark should stay or go. The dust has settled a bit now, okay, and our club is still, without doubt, in crisis as far as ownership is concerned, yeah? Assuming no new owners by the time the new season starts, would you like to see Lee Clark stay in the position that he's in?
Personally, no. I think over the last few weeks, I've lost faith in Lee Clark, to be quite honest. I think the time would be right for him to leave this summer. I've just lost all faith in him. I think part of it was the team selection against Blackburn the other week, when he had 5 players playing out of position.
Yeah.
I thought that was just... I don't want to be too critical of a manager because it is a hard job, but that's just a disgrace. If you've got 5 players, surely if you're a manager, surely the minimum requirement is to play players in their right position. I just don't understand the logic. I think everyone can see that Callum Riley is better as a midfielder than as a left back. Apparently Lee Clark can't see that.
Nobody thought Caddis was a striker, did they?
No.
Ooh!
No,
Beautiful.
No.
Well, he wasn't playing as a striker.
Well, no, but he was in that position, wasn't he? And he just threw everybody forward.
No, but players who aren't a striker get goals from Caddis's position, so that's not really...
The thing, I think, also, you remember the last 3 minutes of that game, 6 minutes of the game, everybody was a striker.
Everybody was a striker. I agree. That was tongue-in-cheek, by the way. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. So that's your take on that. Anybody on the chat box on that one, Chris?
Short City Blue says he did his job to keep us up. He's got passion, but the changes we need the changes more, basically.
Okay, this is assuming no new owners. Who's going to take the job over?
I'll
No new owners.
restate
This is the real difficulty of Birmingham City Football Club.
Yeah, no new owners next season, and we will go down. Simple.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't see surviving another season.
No, I mean, I'd agree certainly with the potential...
I'm trying to think what sort of team we're going to have as well. So.
Yeah, and I think also we're going to lose quite a few season ticket holders.
Yeah.
But for me, the man to replace Lee Clark would be Gary Rowett, who I think's done a really good job
Burton Albion.
Yes, at Burton Albion.
Of course, they're in the
League 2
playoffs, aren't they?
Yes, they're in the playoffs. Yeah. I think he's done a very good job there. I think he's worked on one of the lower budgets in League 2. He sort of kept them in the promotion picture, and he's on a non-contract there, so it'd be relatively easy to appoint. So,
and he's an ex-Blue Nose.
Ex-Blue Nose as well, yeah.
Okay, so assuming we have new owners,
yeah,
all right, and this is a huge assumption because
Yeah.
I think we're going to be in August talking about the same thing. Chris,
Yeah,
I'm
I
afraid.
do as well. Remember, we said in by Christmas.
Assuming we have new owners, now assuming we don't, you don't want to see Lee Clark stay, but assuming we have new owners, would you like to see Lee Clark at the helm with funds to invest in a football team? With funds to invest in a football team. Take the last scenario out, that's finished completely. Would you like to see Lee Clark as Birmingham City football manager with the money to go out and say, yeah, I want that player, I want that player, I want that player?
Personally, I wouldn't know. I'd like to see us have a change of manager if we got new owners in. I'm not sure how much I'd trust Lee Clark if he was given the funds. I mean, the problem we've had this season, although we've worked under financial constraints, I'd actually argue that we've had too big a squad and we've had too many players to keep happy. I mean, we've used 40 different players this season. So I think if we did get new owners in, Clark would sign too many players. He wouldn't know what his best team is. And no, I don't think I would trust him with a big budget.
Chris?
I'm with Gabriel as well. I'm with, looks like the majority of people on the show.
I can see
as
the
well.
show is going to be
Yeah. I think it's time for a change. A new broom sweeps clean. One of the comments.
It does. But I tell you what, I will remember, and I will always remember this. The look on Lee Clark's face when he ran down that pitch on Saturday and he jumped into the supporters. And he was physically, visibly crying.
It must be a stress. Yeah, it must be a stress, yeah.
But then when he got out of the supporters and then he pointed, it's for you, that was for you, that was for you, that was for you, you and you. And he kept pointing at the crowd, right? I like that. I like that passion in the guy. To me, I've supported Lee Clark all the way through, as everybody knows. I have never, ever not supported Lee Clark, not ever, as I will never not support a Birmingham City manager as long as he's in the job. I think because the clubs fell on such difficult times, right, he came to Birmingham probably at the wrong time, in respect to him, right? When turmoil happened, the place was upside down, everything was being sold off, it's been asset stripped, there's nothing left. I would like to have seen him have a crack at the whip, I'll be honest with you. I would like to have seen him have a crack at the whip. Whether now, if he got the funds, he wouldn't know what to do with them because he's only been working with lower budgets and this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Like you said earlier, mighty blow it on this, that one. Get being like an excited kid in the sweet shop. I don't know. Don't know the guy personally, but if he's not the manager of Birmingham City, come August, the only message that I would have to him is thank you for Saturday. And I absolutely, genuinely mean that because the passion in that guy's face on Saturday was what I would like to see a football manager do every single week, every win, every single week. Okay, that's my little bit. Right, shirt for next season. Do you fancy another Penguin shirt?
I'm not sure really. I think I'd like a change, to be honest.
I quite like the Penguin shirt. It was quite ironic because Andy Walker tweeted out last year before the season, like, what would you like this year? And I put, bring back the Penguin shirt, and then like a week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I absolutely genuinely didn't know. I was that excited kid in the sweet shop, to be perfectly honest with you. Anyway, the season's over, guys, and that's it. Birmingham City have managed to scrape through in the 93rd minute. The goosebumps are up again. In the 93rd minute, I don't know what players going to be there. I don't know what players aren't going to be there. But I am genuinely, as a Birmingham City supporter, totally grateful to be back in the Championship next year. Right, okay, we've got a...
Are you going to get this out?
Right, people.
Are you going to play along to a song, or are you going to play your own song?
We'll play. We'll
could
play
play
a
along
song.
to.
I'll
You
tell
play
you
along
what,
to George.
I'll play a song and I'll sing a song as long as you
then I'll
guys.
put the-
As long as you guys sing along with me.
And then do you want me to put the proper one on then afterwards?
Yeah.
All
No,
right,
no.
okay.
Just put it on. We'll do it with it.
All right, we'll do it with it. Okay. You ready?
I've bought a ukulele. There it is. All right.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I've actually run a YouTube video so I could get it tuned in. There we are. Okay. And well, here we go. I've dreaded this moment for weeks. You're rotten to me. Do you know what?
You
I
played.
tell you what, though, genuinely, you people are honestly like family to me, and I genuinely mean that. I genuinely mean that. Dysfunctional.
And ugly.
Here we go. Rock and roll. Let's rock and roll.
rock.
The end of the season's here. We're back in the championship next year. Let's party with our fig rolls. Play out to the national anthem. What we've chosen to do this year is go back in time. Because we sing Keep Right On to the End of the Road so many times, and when I'm out there working on a daytime, I just sing it over and over and over in my head. But we're going to go actually right back now and play the original Harry Lauder version of Keep Right On to the End of the Road. This has been the Tilton Talk Show, sponsored by JS Spooners. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Gabriel. It's an absolute pleasure to know you people. I can't wait for August. I'm going to miss this so much in the summer. I genuinely mean that. And I'm going to miss all you people out there. And let's just hope for better times. Keep right on to the end of the road. Thank you, and good night.
Every road through life is a long, long road filled with joys and sorrows too. As we journey on, how your heart may yearn for the things most dear to you. With wealth and love 'tis so, but onward we must go. Keep right on till the end of the road. Keep right on to the end. Though the way be long, let your heart be strong. Keep right on round the bend. If you're tired and weary, still journey on till you come to your happy abode, where all you love and you're dreaming of will be there at the end of the road. Keep right on to the end of the road. With a big...
And that's it. There we are. The season's done. It's all over. 9 o'clock. See you back here in August. We'll let you know on Facebook and Twitter when the next show is going to be. Listening to other programmes that are going on Sports Radio. The Sports Radio Music Project. If there's any unsigned bands out there, we've got our own record label. We've gone from strength to strength. Thank you for 100,000 downloads plus. Well done. Keep it up. Keep downloading. Keep listening. And have a great summer. Thanks again to Gabriel. Thanks again to Chris. And to GA. Get well soon, GA. He's out there with a poorly arm tonight. So have yourselves a good summer. Enjoy.
Cheers, folks.
Righty-bo.